That. So if that's a belief, if her belief is that, you know, Black men are hard to know, non-emotional, hard to get to know, whatever her thought is around that, like that's going to impact all the way down. So if she believes that about Black men, and then she feels closed off herself, and then feels like she needs to be guarded and act hard, I don't know, then that's the experience that she's always going to have with Black men.
Yep.
Yes, if she thinks white men are the king and are emotionally available and there for her and do all this other stuff, she's going to feel more respected and more loved. Therefore, she's going to act different. So unfortunately, I feel like for a lot of Black men, they're starting probably in a hole, whereas white men are starting on a pedestal. And if we're really getting into the race thing and you're wanting to like break that down.
Did she just say that, man? We got to clip that. I'm going to clip that one.
Can I tell you another thing before we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Okay. So when a woman from another culture starts fucking Black dudes,
yeah, it's over.
Her culture looks at her like we get banished.
What?
You know that, right? And like we sacrifice a lot to fuck with you guys, and then you
That's
guys fucking shit on us.
Yeah, we're the greatest ever. So
not
they
really.
They can be mad.
I'm just saying, but like nobody understands that when a woman steps out of her culture to fuck with Black dudes, she is now like excommunicated from her fucking community. Like you don't understand that.
She shouldn't be around that funk ass community anyway. They mad. They mess with the great
ones. But then you guys make her a single mom. You know what I'm saying?
Pick the right one. That's your fault. Pick the right nigga you fucking. Pick the good nigga. Don't pick the fucking ignorant fool. Simple as that.
Right.
It's a different variations. Pick wisely, choose wisely, have those honest conversations. Save you a lot of bullshit.
A lot of women go through it though. I'm not the only one.
Hey man, that's their fault. They fault. You picked the wrong nigga.
Where the right ones at? You don't even have any fucking kids. What are you talking about?
Because I'm a great one.
All right.
There you go. Because I'm honest and I'm not no fucking idiot. So they out there. You know what I mean? Gotta find the right ones. Looking at one right here.
Right.
So they there. So you can't say they ain't there. I'm sitting right here. All the attributes you like to do.
Hello, my MGTOW brothers. My Ibmore brothers also. This is, it's not a rant. This is just a thought. It's actually more like a morning thought. I was listening to Talkers and Shawarma, a little short from them, right? And L, whose baby daddy is Black, was interviewing another Black man. And what she was saying, negatively, is that L, who is Jewish, Middle Eastern Jewish, was saying that non-Black women sacrifice themselves to be with Black men. And she was saying that we diss them. We disrespect them. We leave them. We get them pregnant. It's always Jermaine's fault, right? Get them pregnant and leave them high and dry. So they're stuck with a whatever their race is child, a mixed baby, and they've been banished from the tribe. So they're stuck and they're pissed because they lowered themselves, quote unquote, to be with a Black man, and they didn't get the proper amount of respect, the proper amount of deference, proper amount of loyalty. And I'm paraphrasing. I'm not quoting. I'll probably put that video out front. It also reminded me of this video, shout out to Shay Sharday, because she also did another video about divestors. And this is what kind of sparked this video, because I saw L on Tacos and Shawarma say that in a short. And then right after that, I remembered that Shay Sharday actually did a video with her white girlfriend, and they were talking about divestors and how black women think about black men. And there's something that she said that I actually made a short out of it. She says black men start in a hole with dating even black women. They start in a hole. They start in a hole dating any woman. And white men are put on a pedestal. And that's been that way since slavery, especially in the black community, but also that has permeated the rest of the world. So all races, according to the dating divide, prefer white men as far as status, marriage, and stuff like that, right? Whereas black men are there for the other stuff, to serve up resources, to serve up penis, which is why those women decided that they were going to lower themselves to be with a black man, because they were serving a side of eggplant that they couldn't get anyplace else. And what Elle was saying is some of the similar things that black women have been saying, right? Except black women don't have a tribe to be with other than the black tribe. But the thing is that the sentiment still remains. Most black women think they have to lower themselves to be with a black man. Most black women think they have to lower themselves, and you hear it all the time, have to lower themselves to marry a black man. In other words, what they've said consistently, he should be glad that I'm picking him. He should be glad that I'm sacrificing myself to be with him. Because my preference, the man I put on the pedestal is white. And so when Shay Sharday was going over the Daughters of the Trade, where and I think this woman was in it was the 19th century? Yeah. The 1800s, where her tribe, and I think it was Ghana, if I'm not mistaken, with the present day Ghana, she married a white man, a white slave trader. She fathered mixed children, mulatto children, that also went into the slave trade. And she actually toured the United States, toured the slave farms, the slave plantations, to oversee what her product was in the United States. This is 200 years ago. And the records of them doing such goes all the way back 400 years. It's not new. And so when you look at the dating divide, where basically the racial hierarchy, the racial hypergamous hierarchy is white men at the top and black men at the bottom. As far as worth, that doesn't always work out as far as dating, because black men bring a certain masculinity and sexual energy that a lot of women desire. So that's one voted towards them. The thing is, to do that, they got to get ostracized. And Edward was actually talking about that, talking about how black women see us as less, especially in the system, which is why a lot of passport bros have to leave this country to be seen as normal, which is why black women get upset when we get out of the system. In this system, they have the upper hand. In this system, they have the power. In this system, they're the liaison between the dominant society and black men. They always have been. There have been sociologists and psychologists trying to prove that wrong, even though it's readily apparent. You look at any film going back to the slave days. You look at Roots, when the mother had to beg for the life or beg for mercy for her son or her husband or whatever. She was the liaison between the slave master and the black male. She's put in that position. So she sees herself as above. Black men start in a hole, according to racial hypergamy. That's how come black men have to bring more to the table to prove that they are worthy to be with her. And guess what she says she brings to the table? She brings herself, because she's at the elevated position. She doesn't say that to Brad. She don't say that to Ken. She don't even say that to the white nerd. She has to bring something to the table to be with him. She has to prove herself worthy to be with him. Now, on the opposite end, the reason that white women especially, and other races of women have to prove that they're down for black men is because they have to prove that they are loyal to that black man, because they are going against their family. They are going against their tribe to be with that black man. And they have to prove that they really want to be with him, because guess what? They're down there in that hole. And then black men want to make sure that they don't throw dirt on that black man's grave, because one phone call, and I saw it, and she was not white, she was Latino. She's a Latina. And that brother almost got killed because she said he stole her car. No, their boyfriend and girlfriend, they're having a dispute. It's a domestic dispute. It's not a stolen car. She allowed him to have the car. He just didn't return it. He didn't steal the car. They were going to take him to jail. They fired 30 bullets into that car just because of an acorn dropped on the roof. And the brother was fortunate to get out of it. Even though the brother complied with them, he didn't fight him, he didn't assert his rights, he let him search him, let him handcuff him, let him put him in the car. She damn near got him killed on her word, which is why women of other races have to prove that they're down with that man. Otherwise, they're putting his life in jeopardy because of the caste system, because of the racial hypergamous caste system that we live under. And black women act like they don't get it, even though they tried to pull that stuff on a daily basis. They lie. They know that they have to accept us as a default. That's how come they always talk about settling. Unless he's the absolutely perfect man, 6 figures, over 6 inches, 6-pack, over 6 feet, and willing to serve, willing to upgrade her life, she's going to think of him as lesser. And she can come with 7 babies by 7 different women, and we've seen it on video. 7 babies by 7 different men, middle-aged, overweight, not cute. But she thinks because she is in this hypergamous system, she's above him, she deserves what she wants. She deserves the best. Black men start in the hole. And instead of women saying that, they say that we're loyal to our black men, we want to be with our black men, we uplift our black men. Bullshit. You know, in your mind, he starts in a hole. You know, in your mind, that he has to prove himself and throw himself towards your feet and prostrate himself to qualify. And if he doesn't, you have a problem with it. And don't let him say submit, which really means cooperate and do your job as a wife and a mother. And follow his lead, because that's what you want, or that's what you say you want. You can't even bring yourself to say it. So how come the black marriage only lasts 5 years? If you're lucky. It's probably down to 3. If you're lucky. It's probably why your mother says, even in college, even though the person sitting next to you in college that's a black man is on your level and sometimes even above, your mother says, ignore him. You don't need him. He's beneath you. I was looking at accountability, right? And he was showing an old tape, and I was trying to find it, of we need to talk. And a black woman was saying that they don't think that a black man is actually worth their submission or cooperation. They think that their friends and their female friends and family are worth more respect, deference, and cooperation than the man that you sleep with the man that you make a family with. Why? Because that man is beneath you. You had to lower yourself and settle for that black man. I've never said or heard a black woman say that she had to settle for a white man or a Latino man or an Asian man. Ever. That's always a flex for her to marry or date an Asian man or a Latino man or a white man. That's a flex for her. They will go to another country and date and marry an African man and have to cooperate and prostrate and defer to that man in that system, which they don't like, which they can't stand, which is antithetical to how they were raised, And yet, even after all that, they'll come back to the United States and still shit on black men. Has nothing to do with what he's doing. Has everything to do with how they feel about him. They will praise a white boy that makes less than they do and shit on a black man that makes more than they do. I'm just saying. Racial hypergamy in action. Jim Sedanius was right. Social dominance theory all day long. And black men are tired of being at the bottom of that hierarchy. Like I said, get your passports. Go to another system where you can thrive. Don't let these knuckleheads shame you into prostrating yourself for a system that does not serve you. Anyhow, that's all I got for this one. This beat us out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.